Now, if it's bad, I say it's fake.
During his speech at CPAC, former President Donald Trump made one hell of a confession, and the crowd appeared to love it. Check this out.
You know they do that straw poll, right? Now, if it's bad, I say it's fake. If it's good, I say that's the most accurate poll perhaps ever taken.
Now, this is what we've known he's been doing forever. Of course he lies. Of course he manipulates headlines, manipulates the news to always benefit himself. But here he is just admitting it, that he lies all the time. That he'll, if the poll is bad, then he'll say it's fake. If it's good, if it's favorable to him, then he'll think it's great. This goes to Trump's just inherent dishonesty, and the crowd eats it up. Now, this goes to what I've been saying about the Trump base forever. They view him more as an entertainer. I'm not even sure if they consciously do that, but that's what they do. They love him regardless of what he says because they find him entertaining. The politics of what he's done is all secondary to the actual character of Donald Trump, the man that they see on stage making them laugh. That's who they like. In some ways, Trump is the most successful right-wing comedian that there's ever been. Here you have essentially a right-wing comedian who became president, and the crowd doesn't care. And some will excuse it by saying he's joking when he's not joking. Others will claim that this is what they love about Trump, that he's being honest, but he's being honest about being a liar. So I'm not sure how honest you could say he really is. But they will find any excuse imaginable to avoid the reality that Donald Trump is a disgusting person, because then they have to admit that they love a disgusting individual who has only been absolutely horrible as a person in power, but also just in terms of his impact on culture, just a completely disgusting person. So they have to keep this narrative going that, he's just joking, he doesn't mean it, whatever, all because they want to be able to protect their own fragile ego as a Trump supporter. Now, on the straw poll that he mentioned there, of course, Trump won. So the poll, a hypothetical survey asking respondents who they would vote for in the Republican primary if it were held today, saw Trump win 70% of the votes. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis came in second with 21% of the votes. A smattering of other contenders all garnered about 1% each, including Rand Paul, Ted Cruz, Mike Pompeo, and South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem. And former Vice President Mike Pence received 0% of the votes. All the ass-kissing Mike Pence did for, 4 years, all gone to waste because of how, what happened on January 6th and all that. So it really is just incredible how the Trump base will continue eating his lies and will not care at all, will find any excuse in the world. And let me show you an example of that. Here is CNN talking to various Trump supporters at this year's CPAC.
Do you accept he lost the election?
I accept that on paper things happened to make it appear that way. I don't know what would have happened. I find it very questionable that he lost, given the support that he had.
Do you think what happened on January 6th was a stain on Trump's presidency?
Absolutely not. Yeah. He didn't invoke any kind of violence. He didn't say anything that was all just honestly ridiculous. A few people acted out of millions of people that attended, or well, I wouldn't say millions, but close to a million.
Yes, I would. I'm a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you accept that he lost the election?
Yeah, he did lose the election, but I believe there are some discrepancies, and those will be revealed at some point.
What are you hoping to hear from Trump?
That he is going to regain his rightful seat as president.
In 2024?
No.
When?
As soon as the election is overturned for the election fraud.
Do you guys think the election was fair?
No.
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 They tried to tell us the Tarrant County election, we went blue for the first time since 1962.
It's not called an insurrection to me. What about it was an insurrection?
They stormed the Capitol.
Who's they?
The Trump supporters, right?
Bullshit. I mean, I'm sorry. Bullshit. You don't know who those people were.
No, some Trump supporters were invited in, and there's video and there's audio that they said, come on in.
All right. Now, you may be wondering, how can people be so crazy? Well, I've discussed this before when I talked about Mike Lindell And of course, this applies here as well. So this is from Politico. One feature of conspiracy theories researchers have found is that they can function as a coping mechanism in times of uncertainty or angst, offering straightforward and satisfying answers to conditions believers can't accept. The fact that a large majority of Republican voters believe Trump's claims that the election was rigged has allowed the party to forego the kind of soul-searching post-mortems that traditionally follow electoral defeats. For Lindell, no introspection is required if Trump didn't really lose. Voting machines were hacked, he believes, and Trump will be reinstated. So this goes to what I've been talking about, the fragile egos. These conspiracy theories about Trump not really losing the election, which is complete, obviously, crap, but it functions as a coping mechanism in times of uncertainty or angst. So this allows satisfying and straightforward answers for Trump believers who can't accept the fact that more people, a lot more people, voted for the other guy. It really is the kind of thing where you can't really deprogram in a day. If you're going to try and help someone like this, it's going to take years, and it's almost impossible if they continue, absorbing right-wing media that pushes these conspiracy theories, because you really have to be able to move or divide the person from the media that they consume for you to be able to have any hope at all in deprogramming them. So a lot of these people, we're talking a large chunk of voters in America are just too far gone to even help. And it's in many ways incredibly sad.